Well, why don't we introduce ourselves? And I'm going to start with Jhny, and introduce yourself. Tell everybody a little bit about who you are and yada, yada, yada.
Deal. What's up, everybody? Y'all can hear me? My name is Jhny Wzdm, and I'm an entrepreneur, mental health advocate, and I have been in the music industry for about 15 plus years. I say plus because I've definitely debated leaving a couple of times, and that's where that accountability and excellence comes in, because when you come into a place like this and you can feel the energy and you see the excellence, you're reminded of why you were attracted to it in the first place. So, for me, it's about bringing the knowledge and information, experience, and expertise to the masses, because it's a very attractive industry, especially to young people. And so the youth is a very big focus of mine. And so my mission is to raise awareness about what we do and how you can make it work for you, because I think a lot of times we have this perspective that we have to submit, or we have to be something that we're not for an industry that we're not even invited into. So that's me.
All right, all right. I guess
It's my turn?
It's your turn.
Oh, shoot. So my name's LJ. I'm just I do everything, man. I'm a creative. I'm a dad first, you feel me? But played on all the stages, mostly like as a musician, just play with whoever, whatever. I'm just cool. I'm like Jhny, I'm like trying to give back to our younger generation and make sure, you know what I'm saying, that my kids grow up with good kids and under good things, you feel me? And yeah, that's pretty much me. Is that good?
And he's being very, very modest.
There's a lot of modesty.
He's being
right
very,
now.
very modest.
I'm a dad, bro.
Okay, whatever. All right. He is a dad. And I'm a mom. And so now I'm a professor. I'm a musician. I'm an MBA too.
Shoot.
I have been playing music. Y'all ready for this? 52 years.
Yo, that's crazy.
52 years.
Lit. Yeah, that's a plus.
Oh, no,
sure.
wait, 53 years.
Oh, shoot.
53 years I've been playing music, right? And got my degree from Berkeley, got out, didn't know what to do, because they don't tell you. And that is by design. And, played with a lot of people from the Manhattans. I played in soca bands. I don't know if y'all know soul calypso. I'm from New York and I'm Jamaican, so.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Hey, well, go on. So, so yeah, I played in a lot of soca bands. Worked on Albie Shore's first record.
Oh, sure.
He wrote half of it in my house.
Dang,
moved out here. Let me see. What else did I do? Doc Powell, Jonathan Butler, Malcolm Jamal Warner, and then I landed, MC Hammer. And then I landed the gig with Barry White as his keyboardist and toured with Barry White from '95 to the end of his career. Right? And
he's giving Beyonce who?
I did not play with Beyonce. I did a little stint with the Cranberries, though. A little stint with the Cranberries in Ireland, and then transitioned into teaching and parenthood and tour management, where I worked on Macy Gray's team for many years, and then eventually became a professor of music industry studies. And so that's kind of what I'm doing now. But I'm gonna tell you what I love doing more than teaching in universities is coming here and teaching in the community, because I feel like when you're teaching in a university, first of all, it doesn't take 15 weeks to learn what you need to learn if you're really applying yourself. But you guys are on the front line. And I remember being a young musician, and when I started playing keyboards, there were not any female keyboard players. Like in New York, you could count them on two hands. Maybe there were 7 or 8 of us, right? And we were just kind of blind, just figuring it out. But in that journey, we learned accountability, we learned excellence. Because that was a thing when studying music taught me excellence. It taught me not to give up. It taught me resilience. But there were moments, like Jhny said, where I wanted to quit. a lot of moments, and it does wear on your mental health. And there were times where I walked away just to give myself a breather, because sometimes the people kind of get at you. You know, sometimes it's like you get these blocks with getting to your music the way you want to get to your music, right?
Facts, yeah.
Right? And you have to be in a good space, and you have to learn how to build that armor. So that's something that I've become an expert at. You know, my armor is bulletproof.
Shoot. That's true.
You know, and yeah, so here we are. But we did want to talk about excellence, accountability, mental health, you know, the industry, and hopefully you guys will have some questions for us. You know, because here's the deal, you can learn, you can kind of figure out who you are and figure out how to be good at what you do, but then the business side of it, maneuvering the business side, and I tell my students all the time, it's only 20% talent.
Yeah,
it's 20% talent, and it's 80% grind.
Yep.
It's your grind. So you can't just get out there and say, oh, I could sing. There are a lot of great singers out there. A lot of great singers. They're working at UPS, they're working at Amazon, they're at Ralph's, they're wherever. Ross, you know, wherever. But it's the grind. It is the grind, and it's the resilience and developing that muscle, and that's where your excellence is really going to come in. You know, so, and it's humbling, because a lot of us, you know, we think we're really good at what we do, right?
Straight up, yeah.
Right? But then you get somebody who's like blazing. And I told this story, I don't know if I ever told it here, but when I was teaching, I had this student who was not very talented at all, but he was resilient. He would show up for his voice lesson on time every single week. And I knew he was not going to be a singer, but he was so enthusiastic, and he showed up with a smile on his face, and I knew it meant the world to him. And eventually, one day, I turn on the TV, and I see this young brother on TV on one of those talent shows. Oh, sure. Right? He got booed off, but the fact that he made it on that show, and he was fearless about it, so I find that the most talented people have the most fears. Right?
Oh, that's a bar.
But it's true.
Bar.
It's true.
That's
The people with the most talent are the ones who come up with imposter syndrome, who are doubting themselves. But then the people who are just like, I just want to do this. I have this burning desire, and I just want to do it. And they kind of maybe not care as much. I see them get pretty far sometimes.
No, that's that 80%.
Because it's that's like 80%.
Yeah, that's that 80%.
So how do y'all want to start it? I talked enough. I need you guys to kick in now.
What you got, Jhny?
So first, you got to step into the soul shed, right? You got to go inward.
You got to go in.
Yeah,
to know about the soul shed, it's something that Charyn mentioned to us, and it's about shedding what we are covered in, right? We're seasoned in all these things, all these expectations, whether it's personal expectations or you know, from the industry and what we expect or what we want from it, right? We want the bag, or we want the car, or we want what we see, but we don't actually make these decisions. We're just being seasoned in what we're being shown, right?
Oh, shoot.
So to love music is not to love the music business, right?
Yeah.
Like that, just because you love one doesn't mean you're gonna love the other. So accountability, and that's something that LJ has been on about his brand, is just being accountable. And what does accountability mean? Charyn mentioned imposter syndrome, so there's a lot to kind of unpack here. But first, accountability. Like, what does that look like from a musician standpoint? And what does that look like from the music business standpoint?
For accountability, musicians,